and welcome to today's episode of The Big Question. I'm your host here, Simon Irungu, always joined in by the man himself, killing it when it comes to fashion. Prof, just look at your shirt. Prof, where did you get that shirt?
Completely. This one is from this man, Odanga.
Is it Odanga?
What is his company called? 10,000 what?
10,000. Hakika 10,000.
Hakika 10,000 Fashions.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful man.
Okay, so Prof, the Nairobi debate took place yesterday, but we are not going to be dwelling so much on that. But let me ask you this: do you think this debate play a major role when it comes to winning numbers?
Not quite much. Even in America, not quite much, although they hype it so much, because in America, there's an extent to which one would say it is the press that elects an American president.
Okay.
The role of the press in America in presidential elections is huge. But I don't think we have gotten there. We are heading there, I can see. There are indicators that Kenya is going that direction. But for now, I don't think these debates mean anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Now let's go to today's question. Now the question for today is that does the political party one belongs to really play a major role in winning an election?
Of course. Of course, of course, of course.
Okay.
How many people have been elected outside a major political party? They're few. There must be something spectacular for you to win on a ticket other than ODM in Nyanza, for example. Especially Luo Nyanza.
But in this case, we are looking at Nairobi.
Oh, you're looking at Nairobi?
We are looking at Nairobi.
Of course, of course, of course. In the fullness of time, when Raila begins to move around here, asking people to vote for Igade, they will just vote for Igade and they will win. Igade will win so early, so convincingly, that Sakaja will go home wondering, why did I spoil my name about this certificate issue? And yet I was not. He can't win. Bacha, you total opinion poll, Sakaja, nothing. Because this seat belongs to Azimio. All Azimio will lose to get the votes given to Igade. The end of the story. I got a program. What are we discussing? Let's go home. We are finished. That's how it works. In 2017, I was discussing with a guy today. Say about Sonko.
Yeah, that's what I was actually
Now, listen. Look at the votes Uhuru got. Vis-a-vis what Sonko got. Look at what Kidero got. What Raila got. Put the votes on the table. Then you begin to look at them critically. You are going to discover the votes that Sonko got beyond what Uhuru got did not come because he's a maverick. He's a popular person.
But
if it was that alone, he could not have beaten Kidero. The vote that made Sonko beat Kidero were the Kamba votes. Kamba were NASA people.
Okay.
Like if they were in Azimio. It was NASA. But now come to gubernatorial vote, Wakwito. Then they voted for their Kamba fell. That's how Sonko won. If you remove the Kamba vote, he could not have won.
But
So that you say, let us only remain with the votes he had because he's popular. Over and above what Uhuru got. He could not have beaten Kidero. He beat Kidero because of the Kamba vote.
Okay, Prof, but looking at...
Equally therefore, once Azimio give their votes to Igade, you may want to remove a few votes. Oh, because they say Sakaja is Luya, oh, Mudavadi is in UDA, and what. You can remove a few of those votes from Azimio. But you'll also have to admit, equally, you remove a few votes from UDA, the ones they have inherited from Jubilee, okay?
Okay.
Because there will be some people among the Kikuyus who are going to listen to?
Igade.
No, to Uhuru Kenyatta. And who will also vote for Igade because he's a Kikuyu like them. Despite them being hustler, they are also Kikuyu. They will give their vote to Igade because he's Kikuyu. You see, there is no way Sakaja can win this seat.
Okay, Prof.
I'm willing. I don't know. I'm a Muslim, we don't bet.
Let us look at opinion. Yes. We can bet, actually.
No, a Muslim doesn't bet. Yes.
Okay, now let's look at opinion polls, Prof. People say that opinion polls are just a reflection of the final outcome, Prof. And looking at these opinion polls, they're putting Sakaja ahead. Does that mean Sakaja is winning?
Two things. Number one, opinion polls are very good things. Indicate if you are a candidate, never ignore them. Even when you know they have been faked here and there, because they can also be faked, never ignore them. They tell a story. Sit down with your team and look at these opinion polls and see how you can recalibrate your campaign, organize, reorganize here, move here, do this. Number one.
Okay.
Number two, opinion polls can say Sakaja is winning today because you are asked, if elections were held today, that is the question, who would you vote for? Sakaja. Are elections being held today?
No.
A number of days to go, 28, 27, I don't know there. Has Raila moved in Nairobi? Has he ever mentioned anything about Igade? Amewahi kutembea Nairobi?
Not yet.
Bado. One round in Nairobi. Azimio hapa inawezekana. Lero ni. Wewe. Sakaja atakuwa anapumua. It's not possible because Azimio, not because Sakaja is not a good guy. Forget about the degree issues and the rest. Sakaja is a good guy. But he can be no match to a person who is Kikuyu, supported by Uhuru, supported by Jubilee, sponsored by Jubilee actually, and with Raila fully behind him. You can't beat a person like that. How will you beat him?
Okay, now let me ask you this. Looking at what role do the deputies play when it comes to winning this election? Looking at 2017, people actually saying that Sonko won basically because he had Polycarp Igade by his side, Prof. Looking at Polycarp Igade's running mate this time round is Philip Kaloki, Johnson Sakaja with James Mushiri. What role do you think the deputy are going to be playing?
You see, sometimes it plays, sometimes it doesn't. Because the Kikuyu vote is already guaranteed for Sakaja in terms of UDA. So that Kikuyu candidate adds very little, if you ask me.
Okay.
Because that side is already decidedly Ruto. Raila is just going to snatch a few of those ones for himself, and the Uhuru will snatch a few of those ones for Igade. But then Igade himself is also a Kikuyu. So even though the hustlers are Kikuyus in Nairobi, and they will want to vote with Ruto, when it comes to the Nairobi gubernatorial race, Modo wa nyumba, jamaa wa kwetu. So that again, he will get a few votes from the Kikuyus. You see, but the one who is now important is Igade's running mate, is a Kamba. So he sweeps all those Kamba votes. Okay. That's a significant. If therefore you had asked me, Sakaja should not have picked a Kikuyu. Is it a Kikuyu?
Sakaja Mushiri.
Because Kikuyus were already there. He would have looked like for a Kisi. There may not be many, for example. Or because he says he's Luya, so you can't pick a Luya. I think he would have picked a community. If he knew that he was going to pick Kamba, maybe he could have picked Kamba, but then Kamba are in Azimio now. I think the only option he had was Kisi.
Okay, so still tribalism plays a major role when it comes to election in Nairobi.
Huge. Because that's the only demography Kenyans know when it comes to elections.
Okay.
We don't have other demographies.
Okay.
Like in America, you have young people, you have colored people, you have Latinos, Hispanics, all those kind of people. You have women, you have men, you have educated, you have white, black. Those kind of demographics are not in Kenya, just tribe.
Okay. Now, there are some people who are saying that they are going to vote for Baba, yes. But when it comes to Nairobi governor, they are going to actually be voting for Johnson Sakaja.
Which kind of people are those?
Rakim the other day was in the streets of Nairobi asking people who's their preferred candidate in Nairobi is, and surprisingly, all the people that he was able to interact with say that they are going to be voting for Sakaja, Prof. So is this something contrary to
you see, it depends on who they are.
Okay. They were just random people.
But you see, Baba has not talked. When Baba talks, the whole thing changes. Sakaja doesn't need anything, just needs Baba.
Okay.
Aanze kuhakisha anakaribia Baba kila saa. Baba sisahau. Akiamuka siku moja aende Kamkunji, aende Eastlands huko, apite Kibera, the game is decided. And he's going to do that the last week most likely.
Okay.
Just as he gets his votes, he gets for Igade. Igade will beat Igade in Sakaja. Okay. Sakaja would have been a better candidate, but for the scandals and the fact that he's in the wrong side, if he was in Azimio, then nobody could beat him.
Now, people, word is that some of these scandals that are coming out on Sakaja, saying that people are saying that Sakaja was already winning. Now, these are some things people are trying to put on him just to bring him down.
No.
How true are these
I've said
allegations?
repeatedly, a degree you either have or you don't have it. You cannot bring in people, you cannot bring Raila, Uhuru.
It's okay, people are saying that
If you have your degree, how does Uhuru come in? Tunaweka tu kwa meza.
they know that's a hindering. In fact, you don't have a degree, we are going to use that to bring you.
No, but if you don't have a degree, you're not supposed to be running. And I don't even believe in degrees myself, you know. Eh?
Yeah.
But now, before I have no power to wish away the law, I would recommend we change that law that makes it mandatory for somebody to have a degree. Because it's a useless provision.
Okay.
But once, so long as it is still the provision, the law, then you have to have that degree. If Sakaja doesn't have, how does Uhuru come in? He simply doesn't have. Okay. It's simple like that. It's not an issue you want to debate. Debate ya nini? Mtu ako na degree ama hana. Na hapo hakuna Raila hapo, hakuna Uhuru hapo. Hakuna Jubilee hapo. Hakuna system hapo. Hakuna state hapo. Hakuna kitu. Degree yako weka kwa meza. Wakaza umeshikwa huna kumbe, unakimbia Uganda. Unaleta kengine labda kako fake.
Teams University. Oh. Okay, now Philip Kisia, during an interview on KTN, said that only 3 things matter when you want to win votes here in Nairobi. And he named them tribe, number 1, a political party, you have talked about those 2. And lastly, he said money. Does money play a major role when it comes to winning an election in Nairobi?
In most parts of the world, you need money to win an election. Even in the countries where people do not know anything to do with handouts, you know, you can't bribe voters. They take, even the way you use your money is very important. You cannot even host delegates. You know, when delegates are coming like to Nairobi, in some countries, if you pay for the accommodation, you can be jailed. Okay. Even when that is the case, you still need money for logistics. You still need money for publicity, for media. In America, media consumes most of that money. You need experts to advise, professionals to advise. I wish we were in those countries. We'll be making some little money. We'll be earning quite some money.
To advertise,
we have a few things to offer. But here we offer services for free. So you need money. Very few people have won a seat in this country at whatever level without money. There have been instances. But those, you can count on your fingers of your hand, the number of people who have won elections without money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, basically, according to you, you're saying that Polycarp Igathe is winning because he is in the Azimio side.
Yes. Not because he doesn't have anything else.
Okay. Now
he's a project, in fact. He can go to hell. He can come and quarrel me if he wishes.
So many people have said that.
Igathe is a project. Everybody knows it. But he will win.
Okay.
They will win because of Azimio. And that's how politics is played everywhere in the world. It's a question of numbers, stupid. So, like Igathe, like Trump, you impeach him at the lower house, Congress, House of Representatives. It goes to Senate where they are trying him. There's nothing, whatever he has done, for his story, yote, it just comes down to numbers. He has 52 and you have 50. He has beaten you.
Prof, why are you underestimating the popularity of Sakaja in Nairobi?
That popularity will not take him anywhere.
He relates more with
It's not about popularity. It's about the numbers. And the numbers are Azimio numbers versus UDA numbers. The UDA numbers are badly outnumbered. The UDA people are badly outnumbered by the Azimio people. So how can he win? Which popular way? You think people care about popularity? Popularity is rubbish. Nobody cares that you are popular. And I weka popularity kwa debe tuone ukishinda.
I guess we'll have to wrap up the conversation at that. I can see my producer, Kennedy Kimutai, telling me to wind up. Well, still do have this conversation again, but you can, before we wind up, you can share with us at the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, just go ahead and do so, and you'll be part of this big family. Well, till we do have this conversation again, or till we do have the next episode of The Big Question, enjoy the rest of your day.